Alright, I'll say right out of the gate, I probably am not going to be uploading too many videos like this. It's a pretty unique topic, I guess. Um, I don't even do zombie videos all that much. I usually do Doom stuff, but I thought this was very interesting, and I'm sure people who've played the map a lot are curious, or at least I was. And I guess I'll talk about why I was looking into it. I'm trying to memorize the map. I've done the Easter egg a lot, and I'm thinking every time I play it, I still need to look at the Ice Staff guide on Glitching Queen's website. You should drop a like on a lot of her videos. She's very good. Because she's very reliable information-wise. A lot of people, they just post nonsense. Anyway, I was like, hey, my computer screen turns off if I don't touch it for a while. It's annoying when I play Origin. So maybe I can systematize the symbols here. And perhaps it'll be the same symbols over here. Like, why do we always call this symbol 4? When if you go downstairs in the church and you shoot the sort of bloodied torch, there's no 4, but everyone calls it 4. So why is that? And we'll find out. But first we're going to talk about the ice staff steps because we have a larger sample size. And to do so, we're going to, you can tell I tried doing this and had a mistake, so I'm resetting. To do so, we're going to talk about numbers in different bases, okay? So first we're going to just write out the first 12 numbers starting at 0 all the way to 11. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Make sure I didn't miss or skip any. So, great. That's the first 12 guys. Now, what does it mean when we write 1, 1 here in base 10? Well, it means you have 1, 10 plus 1, 1. Or a better example, because we want to have different symbols here. Say you wrote 145. That would mean you have 1 times 10 squared plus 4 times 10 plus 5. But you could change it to be any base. So it doesn't really matter what your base is. It's the same sort of deal. And that's what we're going to talk about. So if you're in base 3, your base is just 3. And the way you count, you go up to your highest possible symbol, which for base 3 is 2, and then you sort of carry to the next digit. So 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 2. But we don't have a 3. We can't write 1, 3 in base 3. So we carry to the next digit, and so on. Now, let's just look at a couple of these and confirm they're right. Say 1, 2. So what does 1, 2 mean in base 3? Well, that means 1, 3 plus 2 1s, which is 3 plus 2, it is 5. Okay, what about 101? That's 1 times 9, 9 being 3 squared, 0 3s and 1 1. So that's 10. Which is, as we expect. So 102 is going to be 11. You're just adding 1. Okay. Now let's do base 4. It's going to be the same deal. This time we get 3, but we don't get a 4. So we write that as 1, 4 plus 0 1s. And we continue on in this way. 2, 1, 2, 2, and 2, 3. Let's just confirm 1 or 2 of these. So 2, 3, that's 2 4s. So that's 8. 2 4s plus 3, that's 8 plus 3, that's 11, which does a line. Okay. Now let's get back to the symbols here. So for the circle symbols, the way I think about it is if you have this filled in circle, well, let's start with this one. The not filled in circle is a 0, the 0 digit. The filled in circle is the 1 digit. And if you have the 2 stacked on top of each other, that's a 2. So our circles are going to be sort of base 3. Now, I can't really type them too well. It's just going to be it is what it is, okay? You're going to deal with it. I'm going to write the unfilled circle as an O and the filled in circle as an asterisk and the double vertical one as an I. And you're just going to deal with that, okay? So, too bad. So 0, I guess I said I was going to do O. So 1 is the filled in circle. 2 is the I, because it's kind of like two circles on top of each other because it's got the dot. Now, how do we write 1, 0? Okay, well, we do filled in circle and then empty circle. Okay. And then here we have two filled in circles. And we have filled in circle, double circle, empty. And you continue on in this way. Very nice. So just to recap there, I'm thinking of the empty circle as 0. The filled in circle is 1, and the vertical stack as a 2. And I'm just writing my base 3 number using those symbols. So whenever I see a 2, I'm writing it as the two circles on top of each other, which as far as my keyboard is concerned, oh wait, I can do a semicolon. Okay, that is better, but it's really hard to see. So I might actually just keep it with the I, unless I could zoom in a lot. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah, I'll use that actually. That's pretty good. There aren't too many I have to change, luckily. Great. Now 1, 1, that was filled in circle, empty, empty. This is filled in circle, empty, filled in circle. That one looks kind of funny. Filled in circle, empty, and then the stack of dots there. All right. Now let's do the triangle symbols. Those are the ones you input when you are doing the little puzzle, okay? So those are these. I think of the single triangle as a 0, the triangle with a line, this guy, as a 1, and the L as a 2, and the F as a 3. Unfortunately, they don't correspond to how many triangles they have. They almost do, but both the single triangle and the line have one triangle on them, which is unfortunate. It was almost perfect, but oh well. So to recap that, this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, and this upside down F, I'm just going to call it the F, is a 3. So dot is 0, line is 1, L is 2, upside down F, or F, is 3. And I'll write it with those symbols. So in the triangle symbols, we have, how am I going to do the empty dot? I'll keep that with an O for the triangle symbol, because it is what it is, okay? I'm trying my best. Then 1. So right now, this is a base 4 number, because we have 3 symbols. So I'm looking at this column. So 1 was the line, 2 was the L, 3 is F. Now 1, 0, that's a line. And then an O. Oh, why'd it go away? And then this is 2 lines. This is line and then a 2, which we're using as L. And we have a line and an F, because F was 3. Now for the 2, that's L0, L, I should be saying dot, or triangle, or whatever. Then L line, LL, and LF, because F is 3. So let's see if that aligns with our chart. So let's look at this first guy. So let's find single dot on my chart, and that is right over here. And my chart says that aligns with the single line, which is the same on their chart. Let me actually get my shapes here. I'll circle the one I'm doing. I'm doing this one. So on my chart, that's dot and line. The reason I'm writing it out in the spreadsheet is just to show like you could construct the answer even without the multiple choice nature of the Easter egg step. All right, let's do the next one, which will be this guy. So this was an empty dot, which I have as an O here, and I say that corresponds to the single dot, which is a dot here. Very nice. Let's confirm a few more. I might actually do all of them. I don't know, I might. So this is dot dot, which I have over here, and that corresponds on my chart to line dot, which is the same. Good. Now I might skip over a little bit just to make this video a little bit shorter. Let's look at this guy. 2 dots vertical and then 1 dot here. So that's this guy, and my chart says that's LF, which is what's on Glitching Queen's chart. Let's do this one. Let's do that one. So that's dot, empty, double dot. So dot, empty, double dot. My chart says that's LF, which is what's on Glitching Queen's chart. And you could go all the way down to double dot, over there, which is 2, 2. Oh, you guys put in the comments if you noticed that I only wrote 1 colon for that one way back when. Keeping me honest, you know. So yeah, this is 2, 2. So it should have double dot, because the rule was that double dot is 2. So that should correspond to L0 or L dot, which is what she has in that section. Go subscribe to Glitching Queen, okay? Her tutorials are very good. And, you know, that to me, that's a pretty satisfying thing. You know, I always thought of the ice step as fairly random, just like nonsense, trial and error stuff. And, oh, you know, I have to look at the chart every time. But you don't. You can use this rule. It's not that complicated of a procedure, right? I know it sounds crazy, but think about it. Otherwise, you'd have to memorize 24 symbols, right? You need to know each pair individually, or perhaps each pair except one of them, and then you could do, exclusion or whatever, elimination, whatever it's called when you know all the other things, so you must know the last one. But you don't have to do that. You can just memorize one rule. Interpret my dots as base 3. Interpret the squiggle letters as base 4. Great. Now let's look at the other step that's similar, that uses the same symbols. Oh, by the way, I have no idea how you're supposed to know the wind staff part. It has the same symbols. I don't really get it. Sorry. Okay, the fire staff. Fire staff is the same deal. Let's scroll up here so we're not cheating, okay? let's look at our chart and see which of these corresponds to spots on our chart, okay? So this one is dot, empty, double dot. And on mine, what is dot, empty, double dot? Dot, empty, no, here it is. Dot, empty, double dot. So if I scroll to the normal number in base 10, I shouldn't call it normal. You know, base 10 is not that great. I get 11. Okay. And Glitching Queen says that this one is 11. Good. Let's do the next one. Dot, double dot. Okay, so I look at my chart, and it says dot, double dot is right here, and it corresponds to the base 10 number 5. Okay, and on hers, it says 5. And I suppose, you get the idea. It corresponds 1 to 1. And that's why, if you look at this one all the way on the right, I can't circle it, but it's this one. You can see my cursor moving, I hope. It's the one all the way on the right, 2 horizontal dots. That one is called 4, even though the actual torch, if you go downstairs in the church and you're lighting up the torches, that one is like bloody or something, and you don't actually see the number. But there's a reason people call it 4, because I bet when people figured out the Easter egg back in 2013, they found a similar method to me. I don't know if they knew about bases, but I'm sure whatever they did was analogous. Because if you look at dot dot on the chart that I just made using this rule, you get 4. So I'm just going to review it one last time, then we'll end the video. So on the left, we have the number in base 10, which is going to correspond to the numbers you shoot at the bottom of the church with the torches, and is why we call the bloodied torch number 4, even though it doesn't actually say 4 on it. The base 3, those are just the numbers in base 3. And base 4, those are the numbers in base 4. The circle symbols are these guys, and you also see them for the ice staff over here. There are 3 different types of those symbols. You can see the single dot, that's filled, that's 1. The empty dot, that's 0. And if you have the vertical dots, that's 2. You'll notice you never see a vertical combination with an empty dot on top and a filled dot on the bottom. If there are 2 vertical dots, they're always filled on all of the symbols. So it makes sense to separate them that way as its own symbol. So we consider that 3. And you can write combinations, or rather permutations, of those 3 symbols and interpret it as a base 3 number. So you could write those symbols out, and you think of each of those symbols as representing a digit. You write out those digits, and you get a number written in base 3. And that number, you convert it to base 4. And then you rewrite the digits in base 4 using the 0-line LF system, which is in these over here. And that'll tell you which thing to shoot at with your ice staff. So all in all, I thought this was pretty cool. Drop a like for the production quality. I pulled out the Google Sheets today. Like I said, go use Glitching Queen stuff. She's very good. She's one of the very few, zombie YouTubers. When she says stuff, I believe it. And I think one of the best examples of that is on Mob of the Dead. Because a lot of people were like, yeah, you gotta stay on the bridge for 2 rounds or whatever, get a bajillion kills with the axe, that upgrades it. But that's not true. There's a particular procedure, and she got it right on her tutorial. and she gives like evidence when she says stuff. And her website is very good, easy to follow the tutorials, highly recommend. Even if you don't use my crazy method, her guide is great. I will link it in the description. Okay, I'm done. Bye.